Hello, my wonderful friends. Welcome back to our storytelling corner, where every tale hides a secret lesson waiting to be discovered. Today, we're traveling deep into an African village where animals once talked, feasted, and sometimes got a little too clever for their own good. Our story is called Why Tortoise's Shell is Not Smooth. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Scene 1. The Hungry Tortoise. Once upon a time, in the animal kingdom, there lived a tortoise. Slow, yes, but very clever, and very, very greedy. Whenever there was food, Tortoise was always there, eating more than his share, licking his lips, and pretending to be polite. Oh, my dear friends, don't mind me. I'm just helping you finish your delicious yam stew. But the other animals had learned his tricks. They stopped inviting him to feasts because, well, Tortoise never shared. Scene 2. The Feast in the Sky. One day, the birds received an exciting message. There was to be a great feast in the sky. There would be mountains of food, ripe fruits, roasted corn, sweet honey cakes, and palm wine. The birds flapped their wings in excitement. Oh, what a party it will be! But who will we tell? When Tortoise heard about it, his eyes sparkled. Feast in the sky! My dear feathered friends, I am part of your community too. I must come. The birds laughed. But, Tortoise, you don't have wings. But Tortoise had a plan, as usual. My clever friends, lend me some of your feathers. I'll make wings and fly with you. The kind-hearted birds agreed. Each gave him one feather. Soon, Tortoise had a beautiful pair of wings, colourful and shiny. Scene 3. The Trick. And so they all flew up, up, up into the sky. Tortoise felt proud. He had never been so high before. The clouds tickled his feet. When they arrived, a huge table was ready, covered with every delicious food you could imagine. But before they began, the sky people said, "Welcome, honoured guests. Please, enjoy yourselves. But first, tell us, who is this feast prepared for?" Tortoise quickly stepped forward, smiling slyly. "Oh, my kind hosts, we have one name, all of you. But that, my friends, is also my name. I am called All of You." The Sky Chief clapped his hands. "Then this feast is for all of you. Enjoy!" Tortoise gobbled up everything. The fruits, the cakes, the yam, even the roasted plantain. The poor birds got almost nothing. Scene 4. The Fall. When the feast was finally over, the birds were angry and hurt. They quietly gathered their feathers back one by one, leaving Tortoise without wings. Tortoise suddenly realized what was about to happen. "Oh no! How will I get back to the ground?" He looked down. The earth was far, far below. Then he called out to his wife, who was down on the ground. "Wife, bring out all the soft things, mats, cloths, leaves, spread them out so I can land safely." He sent that message with the parrot, which decided to teach that greedy tortoise a lesson. The parrot told his wife to bring all the hard things instead of the soft ones. Tortoise landed hard, and his beautiful shell broke into many, many pieces. Luckily, there was a wise old medicine man nearby. He carefully gathered the pieces and glued them back together. But since that day, Tortoise's shell has never been smooth again. Wow! Wasn't that an incredible story? Tortoise sure was clever. And a little sneaky, too. But stories like this don't just make us laugh. They teach us important lessons about honesty, fairness, and thinking before we act. Now it's your turn to become story detectives. We're going to ask some fun questions about the story. Some will make you think, some will make you giggle, and some might even make you say, "Oh, I get it." So get ready. Open your mind, pay close attention, and let's see how much you can discover about Tortoise, the birds, and that bumpy shell. Questions and answers. 1. Why do you think the birds believed Tortoise had changed? The birds believed Tortoise because he used persuasive language and claimed he had changed. Remember, always be careful. Words can be powerful, but actions show the real truth. Questions and answers. 2. What does Tortoise's broken shell symbolize? It stands for the result of selfishness, trickery, and greed. Remember, when we act selfishly, it can leave marks that last. Just like Tortoise's shell. 3. How does this story use humor to teach a lesson? The idea of a tortoise tricking birds, crashing from the sky, and breaking his shell is exaggerated and funny. But it teaches a serious lesson about greed and dishonesty. Remember, humor can make lessons easier to remember. Always look for the funny side, but think about the meaning too. 4. Compare Tortoise to a modern-day trickster. How are they similar? Similar to modern tricksters, Tortoise uses wit or intelligence over strength to get what he wants. Remember, being clever is good, but using intelligence to help, not trick others, is the best choice. 5. Why did the birds follow Tortoise's name suggestion? They thought he was wise and didn't realize he was selfish and mean. Remember, don't just trust someone because they sound smart. Watch their actions too. 6. Why did the animals prepare for a feast? They were invited to a feast in the sky. Remember, sharing with friends is fun, but fairness is always important. 7. Why was Tortoise especially eager to go? There was a famine and he was hungry. Remember, being hungry is normal, but being greedy is not. Patience and fairness matter. 8. What name did Tortoise choose for himself? He chose the name All of You. Remember, tricks can sound clever, but they often backfire. 9. Did Tortoise get what he deserved? Yes. The selfish tortoise got what he deserved because he tricked the birds, ate all the food, and left them hungry. His punishment was losing his wings and falling to the ground. Remember, life often balances itself. If you are unfair, there are consequences. 10. Why did the sky people treat Tortoise like a king? He gave an eloquent speech. Remember, being confident is good, but honesty and kindness are even more important. 11. How did Tortoise claim the feast was only for him? He said the food was for all of you. Remember, clever words can trick people for a moment, but truth always comes out. 12. What lesson can be learned from the story? Trickery brings consequences. Remember, always choose honesty and fairness. It keeps you and your friends happy. 13. Who told the story within Things Fall Apart? It was Ekwefi who told the story. Remember, stories are powerful. Listen carefully. They teach lessons for life. And so, my friends, that's why Tortoise's shell is not smooth. His clever tricks and greedy ways might have seemed fun for a moment, but in the end, they left their mark, literally. This story reminds us that being selfish or dishonest can hurt not just others, but ourselves too. So the next time you want to take more than your fair share, remember Tortoise. And think about how much better it feels to be kind, fair, and honest. Thank you so much for watching, my clever friends. You've been amazing story detectives today. Before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. Not too hard. We don't want it to break like Tortoise's shell. And if you want more exciting stories, subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a tale or a tricky tortoise. See you soon for another adventure. And remember, be clever, be kind, and always watch your shell. Goodbye.